All right, so are you ready to really get into some serious business growth today?
Yeah, let's do it.
We're diving deep into Darrell Amy's book, Revenue Growth Engine.
Okay.
You know, that one that promises to practically double our businesses
Right.
in just a few years.
Yeah.
I'm definitely intrigued.
Me too.
I bet you are too.
Absolutely.
So one of the first things that really struck me
Okay.
was how Amy breaks down this whole idea of revenue growth
Yeah.
into just two main drivers.
Right.
It seems almost too simple at first glance,
Hmm.
but I'm curious to
Yeah.
get your take on it.
Sure. So you've got those two drivers, net new revenue, which is all about attracting new clients,
Right.
and then cross-sell revenue, which is about maximizing the value you're getting
Okay.
from your existing customer base.
Makes sense.
What's interesting is that even modest growth in both of those areas at the same time can lead to some pretty huge results over time.
It's that simultaneous growth that's key, isn't it?
Totally agree.
I think so many of us get caught up in one or the other.
Yeah.
We're either chasing new leads all the time,
Right.
or we get kind of comfortable with our existing client base and we start pushing for more.
Yeah, I think it's easy to get stuck in one lane.
Yeah, but Amy really emphasizes balancing both.
He does. It's about building a system that works on both ends.
It's like a car engine, he says.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
You need both cylinders firing to really accelerate.
Exactly. Think of a company like Amazon.
Right.
They're masters at attracting new customers and getting their existing customers to buy more and more.
And that's a huge part of their success.
Absolutely.
So we've got these two drivers now. Amy also talks a lot about ideal clients.
Yeah, the ideal client profile.
And sometimes, I've got to admit, that feels a little elusive.
Yeah, it can be tough to pinpoint.
Like, who are they really?
Hmm.
And why does it even matter so much
Right.
in this whole model?
It matters because not all clients are created equal.
Mm.
Remember the 80-20 rule? It often applies to clients too. 80% of our revenue often comes from just 20% of our clients.
Really?
Yeah, and those are our ideal clients, the ones we really click with.
Okay.
They get us, they love what we offer.
They become like raving fans.
Yeah, exactly. They tell their friends.
That's the dream.
It is to have a client base full of people who are genuinely excited about what you do.
And they're eager to buy more.
And more?
So how do we even begin to identify these ideal clients?
It starts with getting really specific about who they are.
Okay.
Like down to the details.
Mm.
Amy recommends creating a detailed, ideal client profile.
Okay.
And this goes way beyond simple demographics.
So it's not just like age and location.
No, it's about understanding their needs,
Okay.
their values, what their pain points are, even what they aspire to be.
It's like we need to get inside their heads.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Understand what makes them tick.
And once we have that knowledge,
Right.
it helps us tailor our messaging.
Absolutely. This is where it gets really interesting because clients don't buy products, they buy outcomes.
That's a good point.
Amy uses this classic example from Theodore Levitt. People don't want to buy a quarter-inch drill bit. They want a quarter-inch hole.
That's such a good example.
Right.
So instead of focusing on the features of what we sell, we need to be thinking about the results our clients are really seeking.
Exactly. What do they want to achieve?
Yeah.
And how can we help them get there? Amy actually outlines 4 levels of outcomes. Business,
Okay.
risk, organizational, and personal.
Wow.
So let's take business, for example.
Okay.
Imagine you're selling accounting software.
Mm.
It's not just about the software itself, it's about helping your clients achieve things like increased profitability,
Right.
reduced expenses, better financial forecasting.
So it's about painting that picture of how our offering can really impact their bottom line.
Yeah, it's about the bigger picture.
That's powerful.
It is, and it's not just about closing that initial sale. It's about building those long-term relationships with clients who see us as real partners in their success.
Okay. I'm starting to see how this shift in thinking can be a game changer.
It really is.
But let's get a little more practical here.
Sure.
How do we communicate these outcomes
Yeah.
to potential clients?
Yeah.
How do we craft a message that's going to cut through all the noise out
All
there
right, we need to stand out.
and really resonate with them?
It's about being strategic.
Okay.
Amy calls it focused outbound engagement.
Okay.
And it's all about reaching out to our ideal prospects
Right.
with a message that really speaks to their desired outcomes.
So no more generic sales pitches,
No.
blasting out emails to everyone,
No more spray and pray.
hoping for the best.
No, we need to be smarter about it.
We need to be intentional
Absolutely.
and targeted.
Exactly.
So think like personalized emails,
Yes.
relevant social media content,
Mm.
even picking up the phone,
Yeah.
having real conversation
Right.
about their challenges and their goals.
It's about building relationships.
I like that.
Yeah.
It feels so much more authentic
Yes.
than just trying to make a quick sale.
Absolutely.
But how do we make sure that our message is really hitting the mark?
You have to understand their problems deeply,
Okay.
even the ones they don't even know they have.
Mhm.
Amy talks about turning latent needs into felt needs.
Okay.
You know, like those times when you didn't realize you had a problem
Yeah.
until someone pointed it out to you?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Like realizing your website is totally outdated,
Exactly.
needs a makeover.
Right.
So if we can show prospects a problem they didn't even know they had,
Yeah.
and then we offer a solution, suddenly we become invaluable.
We're not just selling something.
Right.
We're educating them.
We're providing insight.
We're helping them improve.
Absolutely.
I'm seeing the power of this approach.
It's a shift in mindset.
We're not just salespeople
Mm.
pushing products.
Yeah.
We're experts
Yeah.
solving problems.
We're partners.
Okay, I'm on board.
Great.
Tell me more.
Right.
Let's dive into the specifics.
Let's do it.
How do we implement all this
Okay.
in our marketing and sales?
Right.
So we've been talking all about this revenue growth engine and really getting into the importance of understanding our ideal clients
Right.
and like crafting the right message that speaks to them and their desired outcomes.
Yeah.
But now I want to get into the like nitty-gritty of marketing.
Okay.
How do we actually reach these ideal clients?
Right.
How do we capture their attention in such a crowded, noisy marketplace?
Well, that's where having a well-oiled marketing machine
Oh.
really comes into play.
Right.
Amy emphasizes a multifaceted approach.
Right.
He talks about using our website, our blog, social media, email, all of these tools.
So it's not just about picking one platform,
No.
hoping for the best.
Right. It's about creating a strategy that works across multiple channels.
It's like an orchestra.
Yeah, I like that analogy.
Each instrument has a role to play. But together they create this like beautiful symphony.
Exactly.
So let's break it down.
Okay.
Let's start with the website.
Right.
What are some of the key elements of a website that's truly designed to drive revenue growth?
Well, think about your website as your virtual storefront.
Okay.
It's often the first impression a potential client has of you.
Makes sense.
And in today's digital world, that first impression is everything.
Yeah, we've all been there, right?
Absolutely.
You land on a website and it's like cluttered and confusing or just plain boring.
You bounce right off.
You're gone.
Yeah.
So your website has to be more than just a brochure.
Hmm.
It's got to be engaging, informative, easy to navigate.
It has to draw them in.
Okay, so what does that look like practically speaking?
Well, first and foremost, it needs to be visually appealing.
Okay.
Think high-quality images.
No more cheesy stock photos.
Please!
No.
Clean design. A user-friendly layout.
So people can find what they're looking for.
Exactly. You want to capture their attention, create a positive emotional connection from the very start.
Okay, so it's not just about looking pretty, though.
No!
The content's got to be good, too.
The content is king, as they say.
Right.
So your website copy needs to be clear, concise, compelling.
Okay.
Remember, it's not about showcasing how great you are.
Right.
It's about demonstrating how you can help your clients achieve their desired outcomes.
Always bringing it back to those outcomes.
Absolutely.
And don't forget about calls to action.
Yeah.
Make it crystal clear what you want visitors to do. Whether it's downloading a resource, signing up for the newsletter, scheduling a consultation.
You have to guide them.
Make it easy for them.
Right.
Okay, so we've got a visually appealing website,
Yeah.
compelling content, clear calls to action. Anything else?
Well, think about adding elements like client testimonials,
Oh, yeah.
case studies.
Versa proof.
Exactly. Videos, these can really help build credibility.
People want to see results.
Do they want to know that you've helped others succeed before they're willing to trust you with their business?
Okay, so our website is dialed in. Now, let's talk about the blog.
All right.
Content marketing is such a huge buzzword these days.
It is.
But how does a blog actually fit into this whole revenue growth engine concept?
Well, your blog is a fantastic place to really showcase your expertise.
Okay.
and provide valuable insights to your target audience.
Right.
It's a content hub where you can consistently deliver content that addresses their pain points.
So it's not just about posting random articles or thoughts that come to mind.
No, it needs to be strategic.
It's about attracting the right people.
Yeah, with content that really resonates with them.
Okay, so let's say I'm selling software that helps businesses automate their marketing.
Okay.
My blog post would be offering tips on improving email open rates or
Right.
creating effective social media campaigns,
Exactly.
generating more leads,
You're providing value.
Yeah.
You're positioning yourself as a thought leader in your space.
and attracting potential clients who are actively looking for solutions.
Absolutely, they're coming to you.
Okay, I'm seeing how the blog can be a powerful tool for generating leads,
It is.
but it's also a lot of work
Mm,
to create high-quality content consistently.
it can be.
Any tips for making it a little more manageable?
One strategy is to repurpose your content.
Yeah.
For example, you could turn a blog post into an infographic.
Oh, yeah.
Or a video, or even a podcast episode.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to outsource some of the work if you need to.
Okay, so we've covered the website,
Yeah.
we've talked about the blog.
Yeah.
Now, social media.
Right.
It seems like everyone and their dog is on social media these days.
It does, doesn't it?
But how do we actually make it work for driving revenue growth?
Social media is a really powerful tool for amplifying your message and building relationships.
Right.
But again, it's not just about posting randomly or just to be present.
So no more posting just for the sake of posting.
No, you need a purpose behind every post.
Okay, so how do we determine what to post and where to post it?
Start by identifying the platforms where your ideal clients are most active.
Right.
Then you can create content that really aligns with their interests and needs.
So if I'm selling financial planning services, I probably shouldn't be spending all my time on TikTok.
Probably not, unless your ideal clients are Gen Z investors.
Right.
So it's about knowing your audience and choosing the platforms that make the most sense for your business.
Makes sense.
And once you've identified the right platforms, you need to create content that will resonate with your audience.
Okay.
This could include things like sharing your blog posts, infographics videos,
Okay.
or even just engaging in conversations, being part of the community.
Okay. But there's so much noise on social media.
There is.
How do we make sure our stuff actually stands out?
It's all about quality over quantity.
Okay.
Focus on creating content that is valuable, informative, engaging, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Experiment to see what works best.
Exactly, because every audience is different.
Right.
And remember, social media is all about relationships.
Okay.
So engage with your followers,
Right.
respond to comments, be a part of the conversation.
Don't just broadcast.
Exactly, be a part of the community.
Okay, we've talked about the website, the blog, social media. Now let's move on to email marketing.
All right.
Is email still relevant in today's world with all the instant messaging and social media going on?
Email is absolutely still relevant.
Really?
Yeah, it's still a very effective way to connect with your audience and build those relationships.
Okay.
But it's important to avoid the spam trap.
Right.
We want to make sure our emails are valuable.
So no more generic blasts to like a massive list.
No more batch and blast.
Huh.
You need to segment your list,
Okay.
personalize your messages, send targeted emails based on people's interests or where they are in their buying journey.
So if I'm selling online courses,
Yeah.
I could segment my list based on people who've downloaded a free guide on a particular topic and then send them targeted emails about courses related to that topic.
Exactly. You're providing value
Right.
and meeting them where they are.
Okay, so we've covered these four main channels.
Yeah.
Website, blog, social media, email. Anything else we need to think about when it comes to crafting our marketing message?
Well, remember, your message needs to be consistent across all channels.
Oh, that's a good point.
It should be clear, concise, and compelling,
Okay.
and always focus on the outcomes that you deliver for your clients.
So it's all about creating a unified brand experience,
Absolutely.
no matter where our ideal clients encounter us.
That's the goal.
And our marketing message is a long document.
It is.
We're constantly refining it based on what works.
Exactly what resonates with the audience.
This has been so helpful.
I'm glad.
I'm starting to see how all these pieces fit together to create this powerful marketing machine.
That's great to hear. But remember, marketing is only half the battle.
Right.
We still need to talk about those sales processes that drive that net new business and that cross-selling.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right.
Let's shift gears and talk about how we actually turn those marketing leads into paying customers.
Let's do it.
All right, so we've spent a good chunk of time talking about attracting those ideal clients, right? and crafting a message that really speaks to them and their desired outcomes. We even dove into the specifics of building like a solid marketing foundation.
Right.
But now I want to talk about the heart of it all, sales.
Yeah.
How do we actually convert those prospects into loyal paying customers?
Well, that's where the rubber meets the road, right? That's where all that effort pays off.
Right.
Amy dedicates a big portion of his book to the sales side of the revenue growth engine.
Okay.
And he breaks it down into two main areas.
Okay.
Outbound selling, which is all about bringing in those new clients.
Right.
And then client management, which is about nurturing those relationships you've already built.
Okay.
And maximizing the lifetime value of those clients.
I love it. Let's dive into both of those.
Let's do it.
Let's start with outbound selling.
Okay.
I think a lot of us, myself included, struggle with prospecting effectively.
Yeah, can be a tough nut to crack.
It can feel like such a grind, you know?
Mm.
You're constantly chasing leads, trying to get people to take your calls,
Right.
respond to emails.
It's a lot of effort.
It is. So what are some of the common pitfalls that we should avoid?
Okay.
And how can we approach prospecting in a more strategic way?
One of the biggest mistakes I see is treating prospecting like a numbers game.
Okay.
It's not about blasting out as many messages as possible and hoping something sticks.
No more spraying and praying.
Exactly. It's about being targeted
Right.
and intentional with your outreach.
So quality over quantity.
Absolutely. Amy emphasizes developing a targeted account strategy.
Okay.
This means identifying companies that really fit that ideal client profile.
Right.
And focusing your energy on building relationships with those key decision makers within those organizations.
Makes sense. So even with a targeted list, though, it can still be a challenge to break through all that noise
It can be.
and get people to actually engage with us.
Yeah, you have to stand out.
So how do we do that?
Well, this is where all that work we did on crafting our outcome-focused message really comes into play.
Okay.
Instead of leading with a generic product pitch, we need to offer insights and ideas that genuinely help those prospects improve their businesses.
So it's not about us, it's about them.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating your expertise.
Right.
Showing them that you understand their challenges and you're there to help.
It's about building that trust.
It is. Amy talks about the importance of sharing valuable content, asking insightful questions, and really listening to their responses.
Right.
It's about positioning yourself as a trusted advisor, not just a pushy salesperson.
I love that, but let's be honest.
Okay.
Not every prospect is going to be a perfect fit.
That's true.
How do we determine which opportunities are really worth pursuing and which ones we should maybe just walk away from?
Amy provides a framework for qualifying leads
Okay.
based on their budget, authority, need, and timeline.
So the BANT framework.
Exactly. By asking the right questions, we can figure out if a prospect has the resources, the decision-making power, and the urgency to actually make a purchase.
Okay, so we're focusing our energy on the prospects who are most likely to convert.
Right.
But let's say we've done all the right things.
Okay.
We've identified our ideal clients.
Hmm.
We've crafted a compelling message.
Right.
We've built a solid foundation with our marketing and sales.
Yeah.
We've even landed a new client.
Right.
What happens next? How do we ensure that they don't just make a one-time purchase,
Right.
but they actually become a long-term loyal customer?
That's where client management comes in.
Okay.
And this is arguably the most important part of this whole revenue growth engine. It's about nurturing those relationships,
Right.
maximizing the lifetime value of each and every client.
Okay. I'm all ears. Tell me more.
Amy stresses the importance of consistent communication and proactive engagement. This means regularly checking in with your clients, not just when you want to sell them something,
Right.
but just to see how they're doing.
To see how things are going.
Yeah, ask about their challenges, offer support.
So we're building real relationships here.
We are. We're not just treating them like transactions.
Exactly.
And one of the best ways to do this is through periodic business reviews.
Right.
These are structured meetings where you sit down with your clients, review their progress,
Okay.
identify opportunities for improvement.
I could see some clients being resistant to that.
It's possible, but it's all about framing it in the right way.
Okay.
You're not there to audit them or tell them what they're doing wrong.
Right.
You're there to collaborate with them, to understand their goals, and to help them achieve even greater success.
It's a partnership.
Exactly. And during these business reviews, you can also identify opportunities for cross-selling. This means introducing your clients to other products or services that could help them achieve their desired outcomes.
So it's not about pushing products on them that they don't need?
No, it's about understanding their needs and offering solutions that genuinely benefit them.
Yeah, it comes back to that.
It is said the best cross-selling opportunities arise naturally from a deep understanding of your clients' businesses and their goals.
This has been such an insightful deep dive into the revenue growth engine.
It's a fascinating topic.
It is. I'm walking away with so many actionable strategies.
That's great.
And just a renewed sense of excitement about building my business.
That's what it's all about.
Do you have any final thoughts you want to share with our listeners?
Remember, building a successful business is a marathon, not a sprint.
I like that.
It requires ongoing effort, experimentation, and a willingness to adapt to the ever-changing market. But by focusing on our ideal clients, crafting that compelling message, and building strong relationships, we can create a sustainable system for growth that's going to propel our businesses forward for years to come.
Couldn't have said it better myself. To our listeners, we encourage you to explore all those resources we've provided in the show notes.
Yeah, definitely check those out.
Including a link to Darrell Amy's book.
A must-read.
And remember, the most important takeaway from all of this is focus on delivering exceptional client value.
Yes.
And building those genuine relationships, and the revenue will follow.
It will. That's the heart of the revenue growth engine.
It really is. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep building those amazing businesses.
See you on the next deep dive.